Let's go over some tips and tricks with Canvas. So first, I'm just going to show you what some of my course pages look like. So quickly as a note, at my school, we're able to set up what we call source courses, but we have to go through the IT department to set these up. So we have our actual courses, and then we have source courses where we kind of like build out the course, because, we'll teach the same class over different semesters. So we are able to just copy that source course every time we have a new class. But this is an example of the course I was using this semester. I like to put a calendar on the front page, but that's because, in college we have like a very like 16 weeks to get everything done, and I like to have everything pre-prepared. But this is a home page that's a page. We'll go over that in a little bit. I just wanted to kind of show you how I organize these first. So here's another version, just kind of course information, and then a schedule. Or this one is also another schedule. This one's an older version. So you can set up whatever you want. I just manually set these up myself. But I know sometimes you might just want like some reference information up front. So for the home page in Canvas, there are different options. And I don't really have a blank source course to show stuff off with, but I am going to redo a lot of these courses next semester, so I don't mind kind of butchering this one. But when you go over here, there's like choose homepage, and you can choose different types. If you have a syllabus, or there's an assignment list, and then that will show like, these assignments are due soon. You can set up course modules, so that's a way for you to self-organize how you want your assignments to be organized. So if you just do a bunch of assignments, they're kind of just in a big pool, or based on, this is a quiz, this is a paper assignment to turn in. Whereas modules, you can say, this is on the topic of dinosaurs, or this is on the topic of, I don't know, if statements in programming. Or you can set up a custom front page, or the course activity stream. So I usually always go with the front page. It's a little bit difficult because it doesn't know what page you want immediately. So what I do is we'll go to pages, and then it shows you the front page if you've set one before. I don't know what this looks like if you haven't set one, but you can go to edit this front page, or there's also a view all pages button. So if you have set up more than one page, you can set up more here. As you make different pages, you can click on this button here and set something else as a front page. You have to like set this here as the front page in order to use it as your home screen page. So for instance, let's just do a new page, and you can put any sort of information here, like if you're going to update this regularly, you could say like week, we're like right at finals week of class. You can go and set paragraphs. There's all of the different formatting. There's tables. You can insert videos. If you paste a YouTube link, it'll automatically turn it into a little viewable video. Images, setting text color, just kind of your basic text editor stuff. So you can basically type whatever you want in here as like what you want to show up on the front page. And every teacher is going to be completely different. So that's just up to you. So that's pages. That's really, they're just kind of static web pages. Let me show you one more thing with that one. I don't know if I didn't save that, I don't think. So let's say you were putting up like homework for the week, and you want to put links to different homework assignments. That's where this side comes in. So if you have quizzes, they'll show up in here. If you have assignments that are usually like turn-in assignments, they'll show up in here. Quizzes also show up under assignments, so it's kind of up to you. So these are some of my quizzes. I can click on it and it will automatically add a link. I can scroll down and add some more things and throw that in there. You can also link to discussion boards if you needed to. Modules, I didn't set up any modules because I like just using my pages. Or course navigation, so you can directly link them to the assignments page, the list of pages, you can make these public or private, the set of files, their gradebook, and so on. And you can also link to other pages as well. So if you had like, here's the home page and you wanted to list all of the assignments somewhere, you could make a page for that. But what most teachers do for organizing their assignments, I'll show you this really quick. So here's my assignments, and I like to organize them by a category. So I have quizzes that are reviews, I have exercises that are every week, more quizzes, larger programming projects, and then I can set the percent of how much each core or assignment is given. You don't have to assign like exams are 50% of the total grade. You can set the point values instead, but I like to set these. You can go up to this, always look for these 3 dots. That's where a lot of stuff is hidden. You can assign group weights and set this up. So you can say, well, exams are going to be half of the grade of the course. The weekly programming things, those are going to be 10%. So it'll automatically distribute whatever points you have in there. It'll distribute those evenly, I believe. You can also add a new group. So say like, okay, I need essays. This is going to be 5% of the grade. And then it'll go down here. And you can add assignments in here, which you can click on this to add an assignment, kind of get started with it. Discussion question, quiz, assignments, again, usually the types of stuff you turn in. So paper on history of computers. You can make it worth some amount of points. There's also a way to set up a rubric, and you can go to more options to go to the main edit screen or save and publish. So when it's published, the students will be able to see that. So in here, you can add information about the assignment. You can say this is going to be points, or maybe it's just complete, incomplete, or give them a percentage instead, or just a letter grade. Usually I just do points. Submission type, make sure you're saying if it's online, they need to upload their work, or maybe they can just type it in, or maybe they have to record some media, like if you're having them do an example speech. And then website URL, maybe if they had homework that they did on a different website and had to link to the result. So file uploads, you can say how many attempts to allow. Usually with these, I let them do unlimited attempts because they might notice an error and go back and re-upload it again. Plagiarism review that has, for our school, we have Turnitin already set up. You could set up group assignments. I'm not really familiar with this because, you know, in college, group assignments don't go well very much. You can assign it to specific students. So sometimes I have students who need extra time and have that accommodation through our school. So I'd set this up to be, and I don't have students listed because this is a source course, but you could set this student, that student, that student for this one, and then make a copy of it and set up the other students who need the 1.5 time for that. Due date is going to be, you know, it'll show up on their calendar as this is due now. You can have the assignment close at the same time it's due, or maybe a little bit after it, like maybe it's due here, but you give them like a day grace period, you know, and after that it just doesn't show up anymore. They cannot upload anything. If you want to make sure they can't view it before a certain time, you can set that up. So usually like with exams, I'll say with these online exams, it'll start from like this time until that time. Save, and then don't forget to publish, so then the students can actually see it. Now I set this one to be due pretty soon from where I'm currently at. I'm going to go back to home and click on student view, and we'll look at the assignments for what students see. So they're not going to see quite the same thing. These are technically overdue because these are really old assignments. And then it'll show upcoming assignments that they have to get done. And then these are just stuff that I don't have dates set for. So they'll just see a big long list. They don't see it in the same categories as the teachers see it. There's past assignments. They just see, so we see it organized by type. They only see what's upcoming, what's late, and all of that. Maybe a little bit misleading, maybe not a very good design decision, but that's how this works. Now, if you do want to categorize things for them, there is the modules. At the moment, my modules are invisible to students. Anytime you need to make something new available, you can hit Settings, Navigation, and you can drag stuff up and down. I'm going to put modules up here so that the students will be able to access modules. Sometimes you might not want them to see the other people in their course, or you do, or maybe you don't want them to see files you've uploaded, so there's also a files area. I'm just going to save that. So we are going to go to modules. There's currently nothing in here, but this is for you to organize your course content however you want. Create a new module. So this could be by topic, or it could be by week 1, week 2. It's really just however you logically organize it in your mind, you can make it. So I'm going to just say this is a C++ review module. So then I have this, I can make more, I can say arrays, dynamic arrays. And I can add a prerequisite, so I need them to finish. Is it even going to let me do that? I'm going to have to go back and edit. Edit. Prerequisite. Well, okay. That's not working right now. That's fine. You can lock it to show at a certain time. I think the prerequisites would say if the assignments are done. It's probably because these are empty right now. So we can add files. You can add files for them to view. You can click on this to add something from your just entire Canvas stuff. Here's all my assignments, quizzes. I have files uploaded like images or example files or whatever. Probably have too many things. A link to a page if you wanted to make a special page for an assignment. Discussion boards. So let's say we have assignment questions, and we could add some just text like Q&A. We'll just throw this here and can move that below. We can add assignments for this section. And again, don't forget to publish it, because then it won't show up unless you do that. Click on plus. Let's see, assignments. Let's just say we're going to do these two. I can click and drag, or I can hold down Control and click multiple things to choose different things. I can scroll down here. I can hold Shift and select a whole range of things. So we're just going to add these random things in here. And that is all set up. We can also view student progress. So I'm going to now go again to student view, modules. So this is the only module I set up, but they can see Q&A, ask questions here. And so they can go in here and submit to the discussion board. Or assignments for this section, basics, blah, blah, blah. They can click on this and then go into the assignment. In this case, this one's kind of like one of the new versions of the quizzes. They can go in here, submit their assignment, either upload a URL, or I think that's all I was requiring for this one. Let's go to this one instead. Nope. I don't have an assignment button for it. Oh well. But that's how they'll see everything. So if I had this, we'll set this to online upload, upload some files. We'll go back here just to show it off. Modules, tools setup, so then if they're having to upload something, they can find it on their computer, they can add some little comments about it, and then they hit submit assignment. Okay. So assignments and modules are the main ways you're going to create your assignments and kind of organize them. If you need to put more information, you can maybe put a page like, here's my information about computer history, and then you can paste in your notes here from Word or whatever so that they can just view it straight from the web page and save it and link to it somewhere else. You can, let's see, view grades and view people. Nothing's going to show up in here because this is my source course. You can set up discussions. So you just click on the discussion button, you have a topic title, tell them what you want them to talk about. Allow threaded replies means that when one student replies to this topic, another student can reply to them. can make it graded, you can allow liking, and you can set due dates and stuff. Add to to-do list and due date. Let's see what's in here. Let's ignore that. There's also this gear button. You can set up some extra stuff. I don't really mess with that. Okay, and then the last big thing are the quizzes. So at the moment I don't have the quizzes viewable to students, but I do have quizzes in there. Sometimes I keep this hidden and I just link to the quizzes directly, even if it's in here in the hidden part. They can still access quizzes if you have a link to it. So I'm going to go ahead and save this and I'll show you what the quizzes page looks like for students. So student view, quizzes. So this is what they'd see. They just see all of the quizzes that are in here. So when we come in here, these are the normal quizzes. Canvas has like a new quiz type, but I don't really like it. I just use the original quiz style. When you're editing your quiz, and you have to be careful to make sure you're doing this so you don't lose data. But here's the front page. You set up, is it graded? Is it a survey? Shuffle answers. That's so like it doesn't just show up as A, B, C, D all the time. It'll shuffle what order your answers are, how many attempts to allow, keep the highest, keep the average, allowed attempts. Do you want students to see the answers afterwards, or do you kind of want to only show them at a certain time, like once everyone has done it? You can set it to show one question at a time and lock it so that they have to do one question, move forward, and can't go back. And then you can set your assignment dates. So usually after I set up this front page, I'll save because I don't want to lose data. I'm kind of paranoid about that. But then you can go into questions and just set up quiz questions. So down here is where there's the link to the new questions. Something I like to do is if you make your window smaller. Wait, I want my quiz question. Oh, maybe it's not going to show up like this. Well, you can say new question. There's multiple choice, true, false, just a bunch of different types. The students can't see this field. This is just for your reference, but you can add something in here like, does pineapple go on pizza? And you can add your answers, yes, no, sometimes. And if you have shuffle answers on, it won't show it up as yes, no, sometimes. It'll scramble these. So you can add comments if they were right. You can say like good job or information. If they got it wrong, you can say actually pineapple goes on all pizzas at all times. You can give them an explanation for why it was wrong, or you can just add a note for like historically in 1821 pineapples were put on pizzas, but pepperoni was outlawed. I don't know, just put some random information in here. Make sure you hit update question. Don't go and hit save right away. This will save the entire quiz. Make sure you hit update question. I lose data this way sometimes. And then you can save. Then another important thing are question groups. So before you do a question group, you need to be able to have multiple questions. So let's say I was writing a quiz where I want each student to have a different version of a question. Classic quizzes. So this is just our math test. Under questions, I can do a question group. Let's just say this is a like y equals or solve for x type of question. I maybe want them to do one and it's 1 point per question, and then I can add several questions in here of the same type. So let's say fill in the blank, solve for x, and then I can add something in here like 2x plus 1 equals 0. I can copy and paste it. They can enter that. I'm just going to put some garbage right now because I don't do well under pressure. Solve for x. So we can have different similar kinds of questions that they have to solve. And then when the student goes to do this question, they will have one of these. So I'm going to go ahead and save. We can preview. So students can get the same kind of question, but have multiple versions of that same one. So here's 2x plus 3 equals 0. You would solve it, minus 3 on both sides, divide by 2. Maybe this isn't a good one to have as a fill in the blank, but that would be an option. You can go to keep editing this quiz. Those are the main features that I tend to use. There's also announcements. You click on that, and you could just say like exam review posted, open until December 20 or whatever, exam review, and you can hit save, and then they'll see that when it comes up. Okay, just to wrap up for now, let's go ahead and look at these other home pages. Let's do course activity stream, and if we do student view, no recent messages, even though I have exam review over here. Leave, choose homepage, course modules. So then now students will view whatever you've put under modules as your front page. And homepage, assignment list. This one will give them their view of the assignment list where they can see what's due soon. Oh, yeah, okay. So overdue assignments, upcoming assignments, they can kind of keep track of it that way. So it is up to you however you want to kind of organize the assignment or the course. So again, I like to do the front page, but whatever works best for you and your group. All right. If you have any questions, let's see. Here's some code. My personal email is rachelsingh@likespizza.com, and you can send me questions. But hopefully that helps for now. I kind of went through a bunch of stuff really fast, but you can rewind since it's on video. Yay! Okay, bye.